Brazilians, and we had this crazy gambit by Nodirbek. I mean, Firouzja versus Nodirbek is very likely to produce another firework-filled game.
Yeah, completely expect that one as well. Although maybe Nodirbek, he is a more positional player. He might look to shut down Firouzja's activity. And there we see Firouzja getting ready. What will he begin with? What do you expect? E4, D4, something else?
I was just trying to figure out if his sweatshirt's a Supreme, but I was trying to find the S and the U, and I couldn't find it, and then I realized it doesn't exist. It's been replaced by an apostrophe. I'm expecting one E4 from Alireza. That is the move of his soul, if you will. But all of these top GMs, by necessity, as they say in Russian, you have to play from both hands, either D4 or E4. You have to constantly catch your opponent by surprise.
Very well in his game against Parham Magsudlu. But, but, well, it worked once. It might not work again. So we'll see. Nodirbek also can employ solid moves like E4, E5. And there we also see Fiona Intoni in the background, one of the interviewers.
Indeed. She has been doing a stellar job of interviewing the players, and just a very well-run tournament. It's almost like it's been going on for 80 plus years. I think they figured out how to do it. And let's see if the players have figured out. Pieces round 4 is underway. We start with the bird's eye view. E4 from Alireza Firouzja, E4 from Wei Yi, E4 from Nepomucci, E4 from Van Forest, E4 from Dingley Ren. Oh my gosh.
But what is that I see on the top right corner? Magsudlu, well, he's only got half point out of 3. Yesterday suffered quite a defeat at the hands of Abdusattorov. He's employing a Karakan, that very spicy, sharp opening.
Oh, extremely. Yeah, Benny Watts is smiling in glee, as are all chess fans across the world. But let me repeat this E4 from Dingley Ren. That is not a sentence that has been uttered many times throughout recent human history. But again, we shouldn't be surprised at anybody's opening choice anymore. The idea of a narrow repertoire doesn't really exist. I mean, Ding is a D4 player, but the element of surprise is much more important at this point than necessarily.
f3,
Mm-hmm.
and then
Yeah, what
what
does
is
black play
gonna do?
here? It's
Yeah, okay,
kind of hard
maybe
to
you
find a
bring
move.
maybe bring in the king just because.
Totally possible. I mean, you could try to go for a quick c4, but we've already discussed that move is double. I like the look of rook e4 and c4, but yeah, king f7
Yeah.
is totally reasonable. Bring in the king. I mean, it's and here again, as you said, white can play king g3. Black can maybe make a chill move. I don't know if you were thinking king e6 or maybe just something like h6.
I was thinking passing, to be honest with you. What I want to kind of stress is what's going to happen if black does nothing. Just hold, doesn't push the c pawn, doesn't push anything on the queen side.
Yeah, I struggle to find a clear plan for white. It's one of those positions where you would like Magnus Carlsen on your side.
But there is actually a plan of improvement for black now. I think about it a little bit more. You can play a5 and a4.
True. And if eventually try to make a pass c-pawn that way.
Exactly.
It's sort of the mirror idea with c5, c4.
Well, both sides have their thrills and spills, actually. Not so one-sided. Okay, and there we see rook to d5. What is
decision
Alireza
time for
gonna play?
Alireza. He's going to go knight f3. I mean, rook e2, I think it's too early to repeat. I think he needs to make a push for it, and he does. Remember that he declined repetition earlier in the game, way before in the opening, so it's not like he's that afraid of Nodirbek's prep. Now that the smoke has cleared, it's quite clear that white is not really risking. Knight f3 is on the board, and I think we're in for a pretty long haul in this endgame.
Okay. Well, let's leave the players to this endgame bird's eye view and have a look at the other games in progress.
Okay, so Anish Giri and Gukesh have liquidated into what is very likely to end in a draw. Opposite colored bishop middle game with a slight advantage for white, more active bishop, but with plenty of time on the clock, Gukesh should not have too many difficulties holding that position. What else do we see? Prague, I think, still very much in the driver's seat against Ding after correctly pushing c4. And where do we go? Nepo versus Danchenko continues to heat up. Jan found all of the best moves. Maybe we should do a quick update on that position before we go any further.